This poem is called Swinburne Offshore. Used to think that Swinburne was a bore, someone steeped in musicality of fairy lore, prancing and dancing around abandoned bivalves of Spenser or the Greek on the beach. Then I took up a suitably yellowing copy of Swinburne, selected by Bonamy de Brie, and among this debris of the Victorian, the piled shells of crustacean experiments, bleached chalk now, my good friend Algernon, like the lab rat, had something to teach. It was all in his cycle offshore, an investment in looking at the North Sea. The uncompromising bleakness ushered me to a seat, with a view of the depths of the mind, done with the facility of a concert pianist. Swinburne reminded me of the might of summer and the weight of autumn and winter. How, as a boy, I would bicycle to Long Houghton and watch the stormy waters, and feel there in the swirl my own battles with bullying, with the elements of living. And how I wished for once magical powers, then returned to the school and the O-levels. Rear Window. The rear window looks down on autumn as composed by John Keats, as of sorrow. Then it leaves the bleats of lambs or the twits of the swallow, and reality leaches into the garden, where the wheelbarrow stood still, the compass left to fester in natural disregard. The shits of blackbirds and thrushes bleach the mould-caked fence. Autumn is like seasonal Tintern Abbey, where the summer and its blue-vaulted skies becomes a ruin. The trees lose their verdure, and in the midst of this repeated decline, I see my father digging up some old vegetables and planning for the winter, but not through this rear window. I today see only the plastic white chair, soiled by mud and rain. It stands in isolation. Somewhat pathetic, it is autumn. Morning Poem. The garden frowns in its wet and sullen greens and browns, as the clouds in their peregrinations stop overhead in a collective of greys and challenged whites like overwashed garments. The heron is not to be seen, as coys in the neighbourhood take a plop of breath. Even the blackbirds seem to have taken the day off. A rat on the bike path rests in peace after darting out during the deluge, its guts spilled out like those victims in the tiger balm gardens. The red colouring the grey. 'Tis 7:56 a.m., and day seems almost over before it has begun. And then you open your eyes and awake next to me as the sunrise that had been delayed.